all of you who are here know me, I can say that my name is Johanna. I'm a psychologist, a mental trainer, and also sensing yoga instructor. And I have also the experience of being sick with chronic fatigue for many years. But successively I've started to be better. And one of the ways that I've got better is doing these kind of nervous system regulation moves, or what do you say, with a lot of tactile stimulation. And I find that it's very helpful taking time for this. So not just taking time for these quick releases that you can sometimes see on Instagram, for example, but sitting with it for some time, like we are going to do now. So let's start with giving yourself a hug and maybe swaying a little bit. And just telling your body, sinking into the ground and trying to communicate to your body that you will take some time now. Just listening inwards, just being here and now. And in sensing yoga, it's a lot of shaking. So maybe do a little bit of shaking. If you want to take your whole body with you, maybe rock a little bit. And the thinking with the shaking is, if you can see animals, when they get stressed, they get this stress reaction and then they shake. So in sensing yoga, it's a lot of trying to get this as a natural movement throughout the day, kind of shaking. It's all kind of stressors that come, and just not letting it stay, trying to release it. But then go back to hugging and maybe stroking your arms. We have the most nerve cells here in our arms, our hands, our fingertips, and our face. So if we want to calm and show ourselves affection, these are good places to put attention. I'm going to start to say some affirmations. And I'm going to say it as I'm saying it to my body or to myself, and you can just listen or repeat it for yourself in your head or saying it out loud, whatever feels good for you. I love you. I see you. I hear you. You are beautiful. You are enough, just as you are. Now I'm taking some time to show you love and my affection and give you the possibility to release whatever you're ready to release. And let's stroke our arms. It's important that there are no accomplishments here. You don't have to feel in any special way. Sometimes it's hard to come into the calm state that you might want to be in. And that's okay. Taking time for these kind of movements is something that works in the long run. Let's rub our hands. Maybe you can listen to the sound. How is the sound when you go quicker? Is it different if you listen on the other side? Let's take and just pull each finger. Maybe listen to the sound in the same time. Take the fingertips. We have the most nerve cells here in the fingertips, so they are very sensitive. Can you hear the sound? And then take one hand and rub in the other. And see how that feels. Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it easy or hard to circle? And take the other hand and do the same movement. For me it was much easier in this hand. Maybe because I'm a little bit colder on the right arm here. I don't have as much circulation, I think. Then put one hand in the other and see if you can sense the room between the hands. Can you feel anything? Can you feel any? Is it possible to feel the air, or maybe feel the humidity of the air? And just put your concentration in this middle room. And now see what happens when you take the hands from each other. Can you feel the space between the hands? Can you play with it? That is some kind of energy there. Is it possible that you have healing power in your hands? And where would you like to put your hands today then? Using this energy in this ball. I think I'll put mine on my chest today. And if you don't feel intuitively where to put them anywhere. And start with sensing your hands, the palms. And then feel the skin or the on the other sides of the palms, wherever you put your hands. And maybe you can play with the idea that the energy here that you're sending from your palms or hands into your body, going into your whole system, around all your cells and organs, playing around with it, going to wherever there is a place that needs healing. Maybe up in your head, in your brain. Is there thoughts that need to be calmed? Maybe you can change the place of your hands. I think that I'll put my hands on my head a little bit. Just see. Either if you feel some energy from the hands or just play with it. We use our hands to show affection And whenever there's healing going on, people use their hands often. Maybe you can use your hand on yourself. So just send the energy inside the body, or if there's somewhere outside the body you want to send it, and let it move around. Is there a color on this energy? And then you can let go, maybe shake a little bit. Go back to hugging yourself. And as I've said before, if you have if you're weak in your arms, you don't have to use them where I use them. You can use them on your legs or wherever you want. Everything I do is just suggestions. So if you sit still for a little while and just feel your hug, what effect does it have on your body, hugging yourself? Can you try to sense your whole body in the same time, just be in your body? And now see the difference if you shift and put one hand behind the neck. And just stay with this position for a little time. I get some kind of release. And that's common when we do these kind of movements, when we calm our system, that we get releases, like a sigh, or maybe tears in our eyes, or more saliva in our mouth. Can you feel your spine when you're holding your hand like this? Or just play with it, sending down healing power from your hand that you're holding in your neck, down through the spine. Then I thought that we would feel the nature elements. Try that. So if you want to sway and stay in the hug, or if you maybe want to take your hands and sway, or just do like this, or sit still. I think that I'll be in the hug and just sit still. Can you feel the sun on your skin? What happens with your body that when you're thinking of the sun against your skin? Is it something that can be released just by feeling the sun on your skin? Is it possible to soften? And then change and think of the pouring rain, that it's rain pouring from above. Maybe it can be very light or very heavy. And raining, taking with tension, maybe, or other things that needs to be released, going down to the earth. And feel the earth below your bottom, what you say, and feel how you are held. Is it possible to release something more, to just sink into the earth? Are the things that you are holding on to that you might not have to hold on to? Is it something that you can just let the earth carry instead? And maybe now feel the wind. Can you feel the wind against your skin? Can you feel it from the right? Can you feel it from the left? Can you feel it from above? Are the things that can be released by the wind just carried away with the wind somewhere else? Maybe sway a little bit. Shake a little bit. And now we are going to feel different sensations with our hands on our inner arm. And if you have a pillow, you can put it here. So let's start with just doing soft strokes. And an interesting thing, while you are doing these strokes, can you put in attention inside your mouth? In the gum, maybe? Is there a difference in the production of saliva when you're doing these very soft strokes? Maybe it is, or maybe it isn't. So as I said, when I'm having these sighs, it's I'm releasing something. Then go back and take your hand and do these movements instead. Can you listen on the sound in the same time? And then do circles. And then light, I don't know the name of this, and listen to the sound. And now sense both inner arms, inner hands, and maybe the whole arm. Can you feel any difference? And as I said, we can start stroking here on this arm instead. It's no accomplishment. It's just taking time to be with our body, listening to our body, training to become better, noticing signals. Can you listen on the sound? And then doing this movement instead. And this is also doing this that we are doing now is also an alternative to meditation. Some people, me including, think that can be quite hard. And for many it can be easier to put attention to your senses, come into your body, leave your head. Now do the circles. And then these kind of claps. And just stay here for a moment. Putting attention to your whole body in the same time. The skin surrounding your whole body. Now we're doing some movements in the face. So I start with my right hand and my left and just doing gentle strokes. And here you can put first attention on inside your hand in your palm. How does that feel? And then on your face. Maybe see if you can contact your heart in the same time as you're doing these strokes. Is it possible to feel how your heart, is it possible to soften? And then take your other hand on the other side on the face. How can you stroke to show yourself the most affection? Maybe you want to stroke very, very slowly. With self-love, it can be hard to kind of decide that you love yourself. We don't always feel that way. But we can start with showing ourselves love and just starting there, whatever we feel. Just doing behavior that is showing ourselves, our body's love, our body love. Just stop there if you feels right and just hug yourself, maybe sway. Give attention to your whole face, on the skin. Just be there for a moment. And then we can start doing small circles around the eyes, or can you feel inside your eyes, like the muscles behind the eyes? Is it possible to think that when you're doing these small circles that you're kind of releasing the muscles behind the eyes, just softening? Then taking the other hand on the other side and doing the circles. Maybe if you want to, I sometimes, what do you say, blunda. If you want to close your eyes, do that, if that is sometimes that easier. And concentrate and see if you can release tension behind your eyes. And if you intuitively think, where do you want to circle in your face? Now, I'm going to do it around my mouth. And now we're going to do something called fascia pull, I think you can say. That's also a way of releasing tension. So I take my hands, I do it here, and take and do like this, just pulling the skin a little bit. And most of us have a lot of tension here in the face. You can also try just pulling your skin gently like this. That can be easier if you have some kind of massage oil or something, but you can just try and see how that feels. And it can be extremely nice here. Now take your hands and stroke on your head. And if you're tired in your hands or arms now, just do it on your legs instead. And many of us, at least I, have a lot of tension in my head. And you can do these kind of fascia pulls here. One way is kind of putting your hands like this and just pulling it up. And then releasing. And pulling up. And releasing. And pulling up. And releasing. You can do this back here as well, pulling up and releasing. Maybe you want to do some hair massage. And when you do that, if you're in contact with your fingertips, thinking that they have healing power, that is sending energy down into your body, wherever it needs to go. And then maybe shaking a little bit, swaying, putting attention to hold the whole body, down from your feet all the way up to your head. Is there something now that is ready to be released, that you can let go of into the earth, or the wind can take away, or the sun can melt away? It's not always needed that we feel that this happens. Our eyes are connected to our head here, or back, neck, where our vagus nerve goes here. That, that leads or is in control of our parasympathetic system, who takes us into calm. So doing eye movements can give what you call vagus nerve release. A common exercise is holding your hand like this and then having your eyes first one direction and then the other. And I'm going to do a little bit alternative one. So start with taking your hand and doing, you see what I do, smulande, below your ear. And listen to that sound. Is it the sound you like? Or maybe not. Just listen to it. And then in the same time, if it feels good for you, take your eyes and put them up there so it's a diagonal. And keep your head straight. And just see what happens. Can you soften in your shoulders in the same time? Now I got that release that I talked about. Sometimes you need to sit a little bit longer. And maybe now put attention to your right side, like right side of your body and brain, and left side. Do you feel any difference? It's no right or wrong answer to any of my questions. It's just being curious. Listening to sensations and feelings that we don't notice so often in our everyday life. And then I take the other hand and do the same sound below my ear, listening to it. And then taking my eyes, looking straight up there, diagonal. Can you do that and in the same time see if you can soften your shoulders? Now I got that release. Sometimes you have to sit with it longer time. And this is something, a quick exercise you can do in your everyday life if you want to release some tension. And as I said, the eyes are connected to the back of the neck here. So if you have a lot of stiffness here, you can try with doing different eye movements and see if that works. We can actually, if you just put attention to your whole body and maybe your shoulders and neck and head, and then try doing a circle movement with your eyes. So both of your eyes, if you want to, it can be easier to kind of follow your finger. So having your head straight and circling with your eyes. And you can do it as slowly or quickly you want to. And then the other direction. And then just shake your shoulders a little bit. Sense your whole body. Go back to the self-hug. Maybe sway. Maybe you can again try and see the difference for you if you hold this hug or you take your hand behind. In order to heal, we need that our body feels safe. It shouldn't be any stress around that. I have to feel 100% safe. But we can start doing things making our body feel more safe. And thinking of children, how we give them support to feel safe. That's a lot of body contact, a lot of hugs and close for the child to feel safe. So how can you support yourself and your body in feeling more safe? Sometimes something symbolic can matter. Like if you try holding your hand once and just being in your whole body. How does it feel holding your hand? Is that something symbolic some you could do sometimes? Holding your whole hand as showing yourself support. What happens with your body when you hold your hand? When you put your attention to your hands? For me, it's very calming. Now we're going to start to end this session. And if it feels right for you, you can put your hands on your heart. Otherwise, somewhere else. If you want to, you can close your eyes. And see if you can listen inside to your body or your soul or whatever feels right for you. Is there something that your body is asking from you that it wants more of? Maybe it was some special movement. Maybe it's an affirmation. What can you do to start doing to make your body feel more safe? We can't force our bodies or ourselves to feel safe or to heal or to distress. But we can start putting behavior into our everyday life so we slowly shift. For me, I actually think that I'm going to try to see if I can hold my hand to remember to do that today. Showing that I'm that I'm backing up myself. Maybe there is something else that you can do. And try to do how it feels for yourself when you do it. Now we're doing it together. And now think of circling, that you're doing a circle around your body. And feel, if you intuitively feel how close you want this circle to be. Very close to your body or very far away. And see if you can put something inside this circle that you want to give yourself more of. It can be like something like love or calm, but it can also be just like an energy. Like I think that I'm filling my bubble right now with some warm sensation. That can be something that makes you feel safe, like kind of something soft and warm inside my bubble. And just be with that a little while. And then we can end our session with just shaking a little bit again. And the reason why we take time to shake just in the beginning and even in the end is that sometimes it come up things that needs to be released, and we don't want it to stay there unnecessarily. But always listen to yourself. What do you want to do? So now I thank you so much for taking time for yourself, and also we're doing something together here, even if it's online. I think that we're sending positive energy to each other. So I want to send with you love and calm.